So, good morning. We're back again with a Premier League transfer update this time round. And I've got the Premier League table set up on the screen. We're going to go through some of the teams, not all of them, because otherwise I'll be here for an hour. And I've got stuff to do. But we are going to go through some of the teams and see which teams need the most work after the damage that has been done just around the quarter of the season stage. Before I get into that, make sure you are sticking a thumbs up on the video. Big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Road to 50k is close, literally so close. And make sure you check out the Arsenal transfer update, the daily transfer update. Check that one out as well. I dropped that about 3 hours ago. So make sure you go and check that one out. But it doesn't make good viewing if you're an Arsenal fan. You can see on screen that Tottenham Hotspur are top of the league. And they've only conceded 9 goals this season, which is the best in the league. And they have scored 21 goals, which is second best in the league. They've managed to get that cohesion between scoring goals and defending properly. Kind of ironic, really, considering he got the job about the same month as Tapas Pulis. But there we go. Obviously, they've got a squad that's pretty damn decent at the moment. Liverpool, what are they going to do? They've got so many injuries. I do think they need another centre back. Real talk. I know they've got Van Dijk out for the season, but I've always thought that they need another centre back. Chelsea, dear, they need a banger, a top banger. Tammy Abraham just ain't that guy for me. Look at West Ham, fresh off of the back of beating Aston Villa yesterday. They've played Wolves, Leicester, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man City, Villa. And yeah, they're actually well above us. Southampton, again, I know they lost at the weekend, but they've had a pretty good start to the season, haven't they? And look at Wolves, Everton. They've lost a few games now, 4 games, but I'm going to come down to Manchester City. They're actually linked with a 17-year-old. They're in advanced talks with that guy. I can't remember his name, if I'm honest. But they're signing him for 19 million euros, which is kind of relentless considering he's only 17 years old. And he's probably not going to get a game for years. But this is what big teams do. They go and get the players for the future. They go and get the players that are going to be somebody that can kick on in 2 or 3 years' time, whilst also going and getting the players for now. And that's what they do. I do think, again, with Man City, they've spent so much money on defence, and I still think they're kind of short. I think they need a right back. Kyle Walker's still decent, but they need a right back. They also need another centre back, because I'm still not convinced about any of their centre backs other than Laporte. Newcastle, they're doing all right, aren't they? I know they've lost 3 out of the last 6, but Newcastle fans will be kind of happy where they are right now. And then look at the Banter Club. The Banter Club sat down there in 14th in the league. Oh dear. If you want to check out my thoughts on them, go and check out the other videos. As for Brighton, Brighton could be a club that lose some players rather than buy some players. They didn't spend a great deal of money in the summer, and they could lose Lamptey in the next window. Maybe if not that one, then it could be the summer window, because listen, that boy is absolutely brilliant. He is somebody that a lot of teams above them are going to be sniffing around. Like I said, Man City could potentially need a right back very soon. Arsenal definitely need a right back, because the humanitarian at right back is everything but a footballer. And his podcast is more than a footballer. So yeah, you mean everything but a footballer. Maybe you should change the title of it, my friend, because he is useless. And Brighton, they're struggling to get wins, but I feel like they're not getting the results that their performances deserve. They're actually playing pretty well. They're just not got that little cutting edge. I think they need a top striker. I know they've got Danny Welbeck, who couldn't finish a wank. They've got Malpai, who's not much better. They need a top banger. And I think if they had a top banger up front, they'd be all right. Crystal Palace, sandwiched in between us both. What are they going to do? They seem to just be plodding along, doing the do's. They've lost 5 games, but that's Crystal Palace. They've got a manager that's basically ancient, that is still a very good manager. They have only won 4 games. They've lost 5. They've drawn 1. The same as us, ironically. They've scored more goals and conceded less. But It's actually mad when you see the 4 red dots from Arsenal, and then underneath Palace, then underneath Brighton, they've only lost 1 of 6 of their last 6 games. I mean, look at Fulham even lower down. And Fulham, they need a goal scorer, a top goal scorer. And this is the thing. A lot of these teams do. The Sheffield United, I mean, what a fall from grace from Sheffield United. They were so good to watch last season and how they did it. This season, I just feel like they've just given up. They haven't won a game this season. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Wilder gets sacked soon because, excuse me, because the gap between them and the teams above them is already, or getting out of relegation, is already 6 points. If that ends up being 10 points by Christmas, they're done. There's no way they're coming back from that. Burnley, again, they spent nothing in the summer. 1 win. West Brom, 1 win. These 3 clubs, I do feel, are the 3 that are going to go down. Potentially Fulham could get dragged right into that. They are only 1 point off. And if Brighton, Palace and Arsenal ain't careful, they will also be sucked in. And don't think that that's any other way, because just because Arsenal are a big club, you're never too big to go down. We've seen that with Sheffield Wednesday. We've seen it with Leeds. We've seen it with other teams along the way. Now, these teams can get relegated. And if we continue to carry on with Tapas Pulis, we will be sucked into that. And the thing is, when I've watched West Brom this season, they've not been bad, but they just lack quality all over the pitch. And Burnley, I mean, come on, Arsenal got Burnley in a couple of weeks. In fact, it's the second after the Tottenham game. It's our next Premier League game. And let's be real, yeah, they've won 1 game this season. Banter Club FC have come into town. No doubt that'll be 2. But if you look at their results, they have only lost 1 game more than us, and they have only lost 3 of their last 6. Which, considering they're not playing very well at the moment, they got hammered by Man City at the weekend. Considering they're not playing that bad, they've got the kind of the best form. Them and West Brom and Fulham are all there or thereabouts the same, aren't they? It's who puts a run together now. It's who goes out there and gets what's required in the transfer window, and it's notoriously a hard transfer window. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Who do you think needs the most work? Me personally, to stay in the Premier League, Sheffield United, they need the most. Maybe they need a new manager to get them staying in the Premier League, because they have got a very good squad of hard-working footballers. As for West Brom, again, I think West Brom will eventually finish bottom of the table, if I'm honest. Burnley, again, to stay in the Premier League, they need to go and spend some money. They spent 0 in the summer. That was just scandalous. And obviously the Banter Club, we need a lot of work. We need major surgery, and that starts with the manager. But I'd love to know your thoughts on all of that. Leave it all in the comment section down below. I will be back again with a live stream a little bit later on, about lunchtime-ish. And yeah, all have a wonderful morning. I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.